Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at my powerful opponent's team and basically talking a little bit about why I think this team is working so nicely. Obviously, it's a team that's benefited a lot from the Zenkai so far on the 6th anniversary. Powerful opponents has been a category that's been ritualistically receiving buffs in 2024. I think it's definitely one of the, how can I say, like categories that's just been getting buff after buff after buff after buff after buff. And I don't think that's an issue. Personally speaking, I don't find it a problem that powerful opponents has been getting good releases and strong buffs. I think villains and powerful opponents covers a lot of other teams, so I think giving it good buffs a lot of the times is definitely something that's going to help you in the long run. I think like a lot of the times when you don't have, like, how can I say, when you don't get buffs for categories in a while, I think it does limit those teams a lot. And I think you find a lot of units fall off a lot faster because you're losing your ability to beef your team. You're losing ability to be strong in the meta. So it's definitely something I would say is something to be aware of. Doesn't mean that teams that don't receive buffs aren't able to keep up, but it definitely is something to be like concerned with. Now this team, lots of really great buffs. Firstly, we're rocking the new green Wrath Broly, a really great unit. Honestly, he's really impressive, like from a lot of standpoints. AoE special, we've got the green card, which is really like fantastic. He also does a lot of good stuff when changing cover, reducing their ki, reducing Dragon Balls. So in general, like a good unit. Yes, there are definitely better releases that have come out. He's only a sparking unit on the banner. But to be honest with you, I find him to be very good overall. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just find him to be really, really impressive as a unit. And for me, honestly, the sparkings don't last very long, traditionally. You get the rare exception like Blue Zamasu, who really holds his own for quite a while in the meta. But Broly feels like he could be decent for a while. Again, I'm not saying he's going to be broken forever. I definitely don't think that's the case, but I can see him being a good unit for a while. There's a lot of stuff in his kit that suits this key down meta. And I think for me, I wouldn't be surprised if he's hanging around still after the anniversary. Of course, so we have to talk about the two major Zenkais that have occurred. The blue Super Saiyan Broly for power, excellent unit. His Zenkai really, really good. I will say Broly needs to defeat an enemy before he can really kick off. So before Broly defeats an enemy, he's not really going insane. It's not that he's not doing anything. It's just that he's not going insane. He's not going, wild. But the moment he defeats an enemy, he is an absolute monster. He can go really, honestly, quite crazy. Like, he can just be very impressive. And I think for me, looking at him as a unit, looking at everything he does, I think there's a really good place for him right now. That kind of level of burst damage is something that's very strong in the grand scheme of things. I think like as a player, you're always scared of a unit that can kind of one-shot your team. And I think Broly is that guy. He will give you a headache and cause you a ton of concern as a player. So Broly's definitely up there, and there's a lot of reasons why, but the main reason is that high crit rate and that huge damage inflicted buff after defeating an opposition enemy. For people who don't know, Broly stacks damage inflicted buffs like people stack Jenga. He just doesn't know when to stop. Once you get the ball rolling, once you get all of those damage inflicted buffs burning, once you get everything kind of rolling hard, then Broly ends up in a situation where he really just starts decimating opposition units. And it's impressive. I mean, it really is something to see. Like, to see a unit like Broly just going mad, losing his mind, absolutely incinerating the opposition is something really cool. I know there's plenty times where I've been left with just Broly or, you know, my team on the ropes, and I managed to get that, you know, get Broly to defeat that opposition unit, and he just goes nuts. He just like obliterates the team. You know, they switch in, they refresh his vanishing gauge. He just does not care. And I mean, it's cool, but it is something that you do need to, like, as an opposition player, be aware of. But as a Broly player, it's your bread and butter. Then yeah, alongside that, the final unit is obviously Half-Corrupted Zamasu, also a very recent Zenkai for like this team, for himself. Excellent unit again. Couple of things he does really well. So he's a Rising Rush eater for this team. So if you look at like this team and how it functions, where Zamasu shines is he can eat the Rising Rush. In the sense that, yeah, he might die, but by dying he boosts the rest of the team. So it's kind of like clutch in a way. It's like, okay, cool, you died, but you boosted all of us. So it was a sacrifice for the many. So that's something really cool with Zamasu. It's not the be-all and end-all of his kit though. Very similar to Broly in that he's a bit of a roller kind of character. Once he gets going, he really gets going. He can, you know, do some crazy strike damage. And just in general, he can really get out of hand quite quickly. On top of that as well, one thing I do like about him is his green card. So for those who don't know, his green card is really good. It was good before, but it's now really quite good, because what it does is it basically allows you to enter into combo, inflict the enemy with substitution up, and just wreck their lives. So yeah, this team, really cool. I have a lot of fun using it, and I want you to try it out.